Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you guys are new here. Y'all see the title, we are back with another nurse chit chat type of video. I can tell y'all, you guys have been enjoying these nurse chit chats, so let's get right into it. For those of you guys who are new to my channel, I am a registered nurse. Obviously, I have been a registered nurse for 2 years. I work in labor and delivery. But in this video, I'm pretty much just going to be talking about advice for new grad nurses. So if you guys have not checked out my 1 year as a registered nurse, definitely check out that video. That video was very insightful about my experience as a registered nurse. So I will link it below or link it up here. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about advice for new grad nurse. So I have 5 tips for new nurses. All of these tips is things that I have experienced, things that I have been through. So I feel like I'm very educated on this topic, y'all. So let's get right into it. I have my notes on my phone, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes on my phone. Number 1 tip for advice for a new grad nurse is to find an acquaintance or a mentor at your place of work. And I know a lot of people have the mindset of, I don't go to work to make friends, I don't need friends at work, I just do my job and go home, which I definitely get. Like, you are not at work for friends, you're at work to make your money, take care of the patients. But at the same time, when you're fresh out of nursing school, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. It's very stressful, it's overwhelming, it's like a whole new world for you. So I personally feel like it's very important to have at least somebody where you work at, somebody that you can talk to, vent to, ask questions to, even somebody to just like laugh with or like joke around with at work. It's already a stressful job, so I always, like, even when I'm having stressful days at work, I always still want to laugh. I still want to like be in a good mood. So for me, it's just having like co-workers that you can laugh and joke around with, it definitely makes the shift go by a little bit faster and a little bit smoother, just to have somebody there. You're at work for 12 hours out the day. I feel like it would definitely be beneficial to have somebody at your place of work that you can talk to and to ask questions to, etc. Even if this person is not somebody that's a nurse, talk to a CNA, the doctor, somebody that you feel comfortable talking to at work. Because I would hate for somebody to start a new job as a new nurse and there's literally nobody you click with, no one you connect with. That just doesn't sound fun. Like, that honestly sounds a little bit miserable. So that's my number 1 tip. Number 2 tip is to find a hobby or something you like to do outside of work. Like I said, when you're first starting out as a nurse, it can be very, very stressful, y'all. And I remember starting out as a nurse, and literally on my off days, I would be thinking about work. Like, it was very unhealthy. I honestly probably should have like talked to a therapist about this. Literally on my off days, I would just be thinking about having to go to work and just feeling anxious about having to go to work the next day. Especially the day before work, the whole day I would just be anxious and stressed. Very, very, very unhealthy. Don't do that, y'all. So I definitely say find a hobby. Find something that you like to do on your off days. I know some people just like to lay in bed and relax, just watch TV and just rest on their off days, which you can do that too. But I also feel like it's important to like have a hobby or, you know, go to the gym, something. Even if you do a little bit of self-care, get your nails done, doing your hair on your off days, something that just gets your mind off of work. And for me, honestly, YouTube really helped out a lot because it gave me something to do on my off days. It gave me a hobby, especially because I make nursing content. It was a safe place for me to express myself and share my nursing journey with you guys. I feel like that also helped me in my first few years of nursing. The number 3 tip that I have is something that I really struggle with, y'all. I really struggle with this, and looking back, I regret that I struggled with this. So that's why I'm sharing this with you guys, so you guys don't have the same issue. Number 3 is don't be afraid to ask questions, y'all. When I was first starting out, it was times where I was scared. I was scared to ask questions. I don't want nobody to look at me like I didn't know what I was doing. Where I worked at, they had literally just started a residency program. So pretty much everybody that I worked with had been there for 10 plus years. Like, it was no new grads in labor and delivery when I started. It was somebody that came with me, but other than that, there were no like young people. It was a scrub tech that was my age, but there was no other nurses that I worked with that were around my age. Like, everybody I worked with was older. They had been doing this for over 10 years. Literally everybody that had worked there for over 10 years. So being the new person, especially being younger right out of nursing school, of course you're being judged. Like, that's just the honest truth. It's sad, but it's true. You're being judged. So there were definitely instances where I didn't want to ask questions because I just didn't want nobody to judge me, nobody to look at me like I was crazy. But now looking back, I would definitely say, please don't do that, y'all. Like, who cares if you're being judged? You're a new nurse. Of course, you're not going to know everything. You're not going to know a lot. It's better to ask questions than to not have any questions when you really don't know what's going on, because you're here to be a great nurse, to learn. That is my number 3 advice. My number 4 tip for new grad nurses would be to make sure you are coming to work prepared. When I say prepared, I mean making sure you have your pens, your notebooks, stethoscope. Also, when I first started, I had a labor and delivery report sheet. Whatever specialty you are in, I would suggest maybe looking on Etsy for different report sheets based on your specialty. Print some out and just have those with you on your first day. It was very good to have in the beginning, so I wouldn't miss anything on report. And especially when I give a report to the oncoming shift, it was very helpful in that, to not forget anything. You're just starting out. People are going to be looking at you. They're going to be looking for you to mess up, looking for you to make mistakes. That's just how it is. It's sad to say, but that's just how it is. A report sheet will definitely help you become more organized and help you not forget anything in your report. And also just being organized, having everything, having your stethoscopes, having your pens, having your notebooks, it just helps the shift go by a little bit smoother, even though work still be hectic, y'all. But being organized, it just makes it just a little bit less organized. And I would also say that, like, have like one sheet of paper that you use for the whole shift and write all your notes on there. Not having multiple pieces of papers with multiple notes or trying to remember everything in your head. Have a sheet of paper, use that throughout your shift, write down all your important stuff. You have your times and everything on one sheet of paper. So that is my number 4. So number 5, last but not least, is to embrace your bad days, y'all. And I had a few bad days. I still have some bad days at work. And still to this day, every single bad day that I have at work, every single moment that I have where I'm like, dang, I messed up, or dang, I should have did this, I look at it as a learning lesson. Even though it may make me a little bit sad that I made a mistake, I still look at it as a learning lesson, and I tell myself, okay, you made this mistake, you're never gonna make it again. Or if I had a bad day, especially in labor and delivery, emergencies happen, y'all. When I have a bad day, I'll just be like, okay, we made it through the bad day, everybody's okay. I can say that I went through this situation. I can use this as a learning experience. I can use this as a teaching lesson when I am in the position to orientate somebody. I can tell them like a situation that happened. I can say, I've been through this, and this is what happened. This is what I could have did better. And I also know for future, if I have a future situation, I'll know what to do. I'll know what to do better. And I just feel like it just molds you into being a better nurse. So you can be sad an hour, a couple hours, maybe a day, but then that next day, I need you to evaluate what happened, evaluate your day, think about what you learned, what you could have did better, and how it's gonna make you a better nurse. And that's how I be getting through my bad days, y'all. I still be having some bad days. I've gotten to the point where I'll make a mistake and I'll be sad for like maybe 5 minutes. And then, well, 5 minutes is shit. I'll be sad, I'll make a mistake and I'll be sad for like 10 minutes. Or an hour or whatever, and then I'll just get over it. I'll be like, okay, well, you know, it happens, I'll never make that mistake again. Or if I'm in like an emergency situation that was not fun, I'll just be like, okay, well, what could I have did better, and how can I use this experience to make me a better nurse? Still to this day, I still have to talk myself through these bad days, because They're gonna happen. You're gonna make mistakes no matter how long you've been a nurse. Everybody makes mistakes. Oh yes, y'all, that's the advice that I have. If you want a part 2 on this video, comment down below any video suggestions you guys have. I know this video is gonna be a little bit short, but I feel like I gave y'all some good advice. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next